Anyways, we got a lot to get through today, so let's just jump right in with our first story. So, let's just so anybody read the tease, okay? Disney is so since Bob Iger has come back, he has made it a point that he needs to cut and burn and slash, okay, and so he has about $5.5 billion total to completely get everything back up to snuff. Okay, that's a lot of money. That's everything across the board. So um, this comes from Variety today, and so Disney is going to slash 4,000 layoffs this week with second round of cuts. Now there is going to be a third wave ahead of the summer, so probably another few weeks. In a months long goal to reach 7,000 jobs cut, Disney will begin its second round of layoffs today. The notifications will be handed out to staff through Thursday, concluding with approximately 4,000 job eliminations completed overall by week's end, according to company officials. While the Disney workforce will be reduced by thousands across divisions, Disney Entertainment, ESPN, and Disney Parks, experiences products, um, they're not going to be harmed here. So the hourly front line operations, the park resorts are not going to be harmed. And locations from Burbank to Connecticut to New York, there are still more layoffs to come. According to Disney, a third and final wave of cuts is expected to begin ahead of the summer, which will bring the Mouse House to its 7,000 layoffs target. Now, the figure represents 3.5%, almost 3.5% of Disney's total headcount of about 220,000 jobs worldwide as of October 1st of last year. Details regarding specific departments and positions affected by the layoff will come throughout the week. ESPN cuts are expected to make up a portion of the notices given out Monday, though no number has been confirmed by the Jimmy Paterno-run division. On Tuesday, Variety has heard Disney Entertainment will be the most affected, with layoffs across ABC, Hulu, FX, Disney Channel, Freeform, and among other studio divisions. These are hard decisions, not ones taken lightly, but every decision has been made with considerable thought, and we are doing everything we can to make sure this process is conducted with respect and compassion. Co-chairman Disney Entertainment Alan Berg and Dan Wallen said in a memo to staff on Monday. The senior leadership teams have been working diligently to define our future organization, and our biggest priority has been getting this right rather than getting this done fast. We recognize that this has been a period of uncertainty, and we thank you for all your understanding and patience. Disney first announced its sweeping layoffs plan in February, soon after Bob Iger returned as CEO upon the ousting of Bob Chapek. Iger was quick to implement a cost-saving energy strategy with the first round of self-reduction that had begun on March 27th. The layoffs are part of Disney's efforts to achieve about a $5.5 billion in cost savings. Of that, $2.5 billion represent, quote, non-content costs, end quote, including labor costs. And $1 billion of those targeted cost reductions were already underway in February, Iger said. Disney is aiming for an annualized reduction of $3 billion in non-sports content costs, expected to be realized over the next several years, the CFO, Christy McCarthy, said. So here is the memo that Bob Iger sent out to his team. And this was the one that Bergman and Walden had set out. So, as you know, a few weeks ago, the company began notifying employees whose roles are impacted as part of our overall business realignment, and cost savings effort. We wanted to share that notifications will continue in many areas of the companies over the next several days. In addition, restructuring in various businesses will continue for the next couple of months, and we do anticipate there will be further impacts before the summer is out, as previously shared. Each team is in a different place in this process, and your leaders will be sharing more content with your group soon. These are hard divisions and not taken one lightly, but every decision has been made with considerable thought, and we are doing everything we can to make sure this process is conducted with respect and compassion. The senior leadership teams have been working diligently to define our future organization, and our biggest priority has been getting this right rather than getting this done fast. We recognize that this period of time has been of uncertainty, and we thank you for all of your understanding and patience. This is a transition. This is a time of transition for Disney, and these changes affect everyone, whether or not your role is impacted. We are committed to supporting you through this process, this period, and encourage you to reach out to your leader or HR partner with any questions or guidance as needed. While we are confident that these efforts will better position us for the future, we realize that this takes a toll. We want to acknowledge the impact of the future of the moment and simply reiterate our appreciation for you, for all of you, and the passion and dedication you've brought to the work we do every single day. And for those who are leaving the company, please know that your contributions are valued and appreciated. You have played a meaningful role in making Disney what it is today. With gratitude, Alan and Dana. Now, here is Patano's memo to his ESPN. So, ESPN, of course, is a division of Disney. So, as Bob Iger said, Disney is reducing its workforce by approximately 7,000 jobs as part of the strategic and streamlined realignment. Today, I am sharing the difficult news we are beginning to notify ESPN employees whose position are impacted. As we advanced as a core segment of Disney, with operational and financial responsibility, we must further identify ways to be efficient and nimble. We will continue to focus our workforce on initiatives that are more closely aligned with our critical priorities and emphasize decision making and responsibilities deeper into the organization. That said, I do not want to minimize the enormous toll of saying goodbye to dedicated colleagues that have worked tirelessly to strengthen ESPN and deliver for sports fans. The people of ESPN and their constant resolve to get the job done, to excel, to innovate, have built this place. We will act with compassion, respect for our colleagues, and professionalism as we face these hard circumstances. Employees in this wave will hear from our leader and HR partner this week. We will have another wave of notifications that will be completed by the start of the summer, and for those that are not in the front-facing talent roles. Those who are leaving ESPN, I want to say thank you for your many contributions and reinforce that the company is here to support you during this challenging transition. Please reach out to your HR partner if you have any questions. While these decisions were made with considerable thought, I also want to recognize that we understand that this has been a long but thorough process with a lot of certainty. This type of action impacts everyone. Thank you for your continued patience. ESPN has been built on camaraderie, resilience, and a collective passion to serve sports fans. Those values are crucial during tough times. Please continue to be supportive of each other. Signed, Jimmy. Okay, let's talk about this because it's business, right? It's business. So when Bob Iger came in, okay, there had been a lot of things going on, okay. Namely, Chapek had run into the ground, and what Iger had to do, okay, is basically dig themselves out of a hole. And what he's doing right now is digging themselves out of a hole, and he's going to be saving quite a bit of money with all of these job cuts. I mean, Ike Perlmutter just got cut the other day. I mean, the reason why he was in the news is because, I mean, he was part of building the whole Marvel structure, right? And so that was a big, thing. Now, there had been somebody who had been, with Disney and the ESPN organization for 40 years, 45 years, and he just got laid off. Okay. At the end of the day, this is just business. And once you can understand that, and once you get past that, and that's easier to understand. Disney is not going to be back for at least 2 to 3 years minimum. And there's a couple of questions that have to be asked. Number one, how long is Iger going to stay? Now, I think he's already come out. I don't know this off the top of my head. I think he says he wanted to stay till the end of 2024. And if I'm wrong, somebody correct me in the comments, please. But he wanted to stay to the end of 2024. That all being said, he needs to really cut the fat And there was another project from Disney Plus that just got canceled, the National Treasure series that just got canceled. So he's slashing and burning right now. And that's that. And you're going to hear about a lot more jobs that are being cut over the next, week and over the next 6 weeks. So it's tough. Um, and mind you, when I say these things, it's more of a corporate thing. Okay, this isn't, as it said in the letter, it's not going to be affecting anybody who's on the front lines, which is good. Okay, um, it'll be interesting to see if there's a way that, like, ESPN, I'm a big sports guy. It'll be interesting to see if there's um, who the talent is, or B, more importantly, if there's any way that the games are going to be presented in a different manner. So, but yeah, so Disney's laying off quite a few people. This is the chunk. Okay, this is that big chunk of jobs. So, I mean, this is over 50% of the jobs right here. This is 55% of the jobs. So, this is the one that's really going to take a hit for a lot of people. So, I mean, I think that, in the grand scheme of things, it's tough, but they're going to be fine. And I think too, you may even see this in the feature, feature films. You're not going to get that Thor 5 or that, that other film, that third or fourth film that you normally would, because it's a $250 million, movie. Um, and this is going to, this has something to do with Marvel too. Don't forget about that. Okay. It didn't directly say that, but it did. Okay. So they're not going to spend 150, 160 million dollars on a movie that they, frankly, with Kevin Feige, they don't need. So, I mean, at the end of the day, okay, it's tough. A lot of people are losing their jobs, but at the end of the day, it's a business. And once you get past that, and once you understand that, then it is what it is. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think this is the right thing for Disney to do, or do you think they should have let them keep their jobs? Do you think Disney, it's going to affect the frontline workers in any ways? I mean, or how do you think Disney's going to change? When do you think Iger is going to leave? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll get back to everybody.